Good morning, Robotics Club. I'm here to give you your mission for the day because, like many of you, I will be in the STEM Careers Cafe, unable to attend this meeting because I'm occupied there. But we've got some pretty critical stuff to do, and we've made some progress towards getting to where we need to go. So, your task today, all of you, is to engage in a CoderZ preliminary event. If you start one of these and you realize you don't know what to do, you should collaborate together on how to code that problem. You have all the tools you need to learn either the Blockly code that's part of this CoderZ platform or Python. So I want to give you a brief little tour here. So I'm logged into CoderZ and I'm on the My Teams page, and I can see that so far the only thing that we've attempted as a group is the first challenge, the battery raid challenge. No other preliminary events have been attempted yet, which doesn't bode well for our upcoming competition. You can see that we are ranked 39th in our region, and that's with our score of 2,700 points, right? So you can look around on the leaderboard and everything. I'm less concerned about the points right now, and more that this shows we need to make a lot of progress in actually exploring these coding missions, right? So when you want to compete in one of these, you come up to this Leagues button right here. It talks to you a little bit and says, hey, you're in CoderZ League Pro, and you want to open that. Once you're in here, you'll see that there are these 8 different preliminary challenges. Really, there's 4. One that's coded in Blockly, which is the CoderZ block-based program. And one of them, you'll find there's battery rate again, coded in Python. You can see that some people have blinked at a few of the others, or I have at least, and so that's what shows shows up on here. I'm not sure why. But these are, once you open one of these, I'll just pick Jungle Gym and Blockly because nobody has. There's an instructional video which you can watch that introduces the challenge and shows you what you're attempting to get the robot to do. And then there's multiple parts to the challenge. Think about it like a video game. These are the levels. There's 9 levels before you get to, or 8 levels before level 9 is the boss fight, right? So you start with level 1 to build the skills necessary to make it through to that boss fight. So this is going to take a brief look at this. It takes a long time for CoderZ to load. If you find that on your Chromebook, guess what? This is on my big beefy computer that's brand new, and it takes a long time also. So be patient with it. There's a reason they give you those little positive things right there. So here we go. You can see that if you don't know what to do, yeah, it's incredibly hard to get started. Up here at the top, it says Welcome to the Jungle. You'll see that you can navigate through things, but you have to pick what do you want your robot to do. In the Blockly versions, you have blocks, hence the name, that you're assembling. You can absolutely trial and error these things to find out what do they do in order to get your robot to move to complete the mission. But the other thing that's available to you, and you'll see here it says this is how you exit back to the Learning Center. You have the Learning Center up here. So I'm logged in as a teacher. That's why you see more. But you will see 3 things on yours. Cyber Robotics 102. This is the Advanced Blockly Coding Program. This is what my robotics class is doing. Python Gym. This is the language Python. This is what my robotics class is doing. These are the 2 languages. These are 2 entire classes, like doing something on Khan Academy, that would teach you how to code in either Blockly or Python Gym. Over here is this CoderZ League Pro training camp. This also will take you through things, and it's focused on the challenges. So this is like an abbreviated class that is about the challenges in the preliminaries specifically. So they'll show you some examples of what's going on. Let's see, does this one talk to me? No, it doesn't. Sometimes they have instructions about what to do. So you may want to, actually, that's probably my solution from when I was playing around with this earlier. Nope, see, they've got completed programs here. So you can learn how to do this, execute, and then change different inputs to see what happens. Let's go back and check what the Python gym one or the Python versions look like. So I'm going to go back to Pro Training Camp in Python. Let's say I pick this space training one, number 1. Let's see what they offer us as a training resource. Here we go. They get your code started for you. Ooh, and they give you a little talking. The year is 2168. Depletion of Earth's natural resources. Okay, you get it. You can read it together. Ooh, SS Courageous. That's an awesome name for a ship. Okay, as soon as you click the play button, drone will enter the asteroid belt. Watch out. So they walk you through a little bit of what the code says here. It's set up for you. They give you some hints about what you might need to change. Aye, aye, Captain. So the documentation up here, ooh, cool, explains what these different methods are. It explains what these variables are, the parameters in real Python speak, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hide that. So my point is this. You have an abundant source of training materials, and your entire mission today as a club is to work on these so that you can actually engage with the preliminary game and score some points for your team without just looking at it and going, wait, I have no idea what to do. So my advice to everybody is, first, start with these pro training camps. They're abbreviated. They'll sort of give you shortcuts to get started. For some of you, that's all you might need as a launch pad to engage in the preliminary event. The second thing that I would recommend, I'll go back to the main screen here. If that is too much, oh, hang on. Hang on, why will you not show the whole thing? There we go. Okay. If that's too much, if you look at that CoderZ Pro training camp, CoderZ League Pro Training Camp, that's a mouthful. And that is still, you're like, gosh, I don't know where they're getting those blocks or how to do that. Go back to Cyber Robotics 102 if you want to use the blocks, or go back to Python Gym if you want to code in Python. This is literally the curriculum that my class is doing. You can imagine that one of these lessons takes you an hour or less. The idea is actually that it's a class period worth of instruction from beginning to end, and it guides you through everything that you need to know in order to make the robot do the things you want in the language you've chosen. Okay, so that's your quest for today. This was a long explanation video. I know you guys have questions about who's our leader. I know you've got questions about when do we submit our flag. We'll work on those things together. The next time we get to meet together, maybe on Saturday, we can talk about it a little bit. There is an update, which is they've extended the preliminary deadline, all right? So originally they were going to end, I believe, on the 13th, today when you're watching this. But they've extended it through November 29th. So that's when the final code submission will count for the preliminaries. Oh, wait, no, sorry. 23rd is when it ends. I had to read. This is why reading is important. The November 23rd is when the preliminaries end. That still is not that much further into the future, but you can have access to those missions for practice until the November 29th, but no points will be awarded after that point. So on November 29th is the live final challenge reveal, and we will plan to do this together so that we can watch this and then immediately engage. And we have until December 8th for the real competition to be completed. All right. After that point, it's up to us if we qualify to move on or not. All right. So we have until November 23rd to complete and rank ourselves in the preliminary events. We need a showing in all 4 of those so that we know we have a team that includes at least one person who's ready and able to tackle different types of things when we sit down together and look at the final challenge when it's revealed on December 8th. All right. So long video. That's your mission for today. Go to CoderZ. Go and take a look at the Pro Training Camp first. If you need more help after that, look at the 2 class resources, Cyber Robotics 102, Python Gym, and help each other. Break up into smaller groups. Take notes. Okay, you're a team now. What if we had to do this live and together, all in a room with computers with a timer going? How would you want to be prepared in order to make that possible? All right. So I will attempt to join you guys if the STEM Career Cafe ends early, and then otherwise I'll see you Saturday. You're wonderful people. Keep doing the great work you're doing.